So I had the question from somebody who is under the impression that at 62, we are somehow forced onto, mentioned SSI. Not sure if the acronyms were getting mixed up because goodness knows they all sound the same. We do have some video on that, I think, if you want to make sure you're clear on which acronyms, all of which seem to have S's in them, and what each one means and what program it stands for or what entity. Anyway, so this was the impression that at 62, someone is forced onto SSI. That's not really what happens. So I was explaining to him briefly, but I thought I'd put it into a video so it could be shared more. If someone is on SSI disability prior to age 62, when they turn 62, and just like every other month while they are receiving SSI, which is the needs-based program, it's not Social Security disability insurance at all. There is a month-to-month check, not necessarily in real time, unfortunately, to see if the income of that person, amongst other things, has exceeded the parameters of eligibility for SSI for any given month. So one thing is that when you're on SSI, you are kind of accounting for, or they will account for any income you have access to, whether or not you choose to grab it and spend it to support yourself, only because when you're on SSI, you're having others support you, right? That's not your insurance. You didn't earn it, buy it, pay for it. So when we turn 62, if we had a work history, even a fairly limited one, we will likely have a retirement, Social Security retirement insurance amount that we could draw from. As you might recall, we can, well, normal retirement age is right now between 66 and 67, depending on the year of birth. Soon it will become, everyone will be of a birth year that hits that threshold, where it's going to be at least 67. So we can work or not work till 67 and then collect it, wait until 67. You can also wait up until age 70 for even a bigger benefit amount by delaying, but we can also take it early. And we have plenty of video on this that, if any of you are, curious about whether you should take it at 62, 63, 67, 68, 70, it kind of shows you what happens to a benefit and what you're giving up if you delay taking, but what you might be recouping later, and different concepts people think about within their own life as to which one they want to do, which risks will they take when doing either of the above. So when you hit 62, and the SSA, as an SSI recipient, has to look at your income, and they say, ding, 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 he's 62, he has access to Social Security retirement benefits, the early version, the age 62 amount, if he chose to. And by the rules of SSA, those monies have to be accounted for as if because you constructively can collect them. So in theory, then they kind of force you to apply for them. Now, I say in theory because I have a different theory and I haven't seen contravening law yet on it, that someone could potentially decide not to file for the early Social Security retirement, but be willing to forego the SSI because you're not going to get the welfare if you have that sitting in the wings that you could be using. But sometimes people really don't want it. They'd rather, deal with it in a different way. That's all fine and good. That way they can have a much bigger SSD later. Every situation is different, and most people probably can't do that. But I just thought it was worth mentioning. So when you hit the 62, the SSA checks to see if you're eligible for any Social Security early retirement. And if you are, bingo, that is counted. Now, if that amount minus the $20 exempt from it, that amount is considered unearned income. So if your amount is, let's say it's 2023, we have a $914 SSI rate. The first $20 of any other unearned income, such as Social Security retirement, would not be counted. So you could, my numbers say, so don't hold me to this, ballpark anyway. If you have, assuming no other income, $924, nope. Yeah, no, $934 worth of early Social Security retirement that you can collect. You will no longer get any SSI because it'll all be eaten up in terms of offset with the other income you could have. You will now be having too much income to get the SSI. Okay, so you would presumably be taking the early retirement. That's Social Security, not SSI. So you're going from SSI feasibly to Social Security retirement. I hope I didn't say disability. SSI disability to Social Security retirement. Now, if your Social Security retirement, given that it's discounted, is less than the threshold to bar you from SSI, you can have both. So let's say your Social Security retirement is 700 when you take it at age 62, you can get that balance up to the 914 minus $20 that they don't count, and have both. So it's always that, like, that 914 threshold business. And mind you, of course, it's going to change for 2024. I don't have the number on me right now, but it's going up, of course, as it does with COLA in the years that we have a COLA. Not hugely, but you know, yeah. So to be clear, nobody converts you to SSI at age 62. Nothing I've ever heard of. You are either not collecting anything when you're younger, or so you could be disabled, but you're not eligible for SSI or SSD, right? Social Security disability or SSI, supplemental security income, and you're getting nothing. And then when you hit 62, out of probably desperation, you file for early retirement. That's a choice, which is why I think in theory, even people who had been on SSI don't have to automatically convert. I have a sense that they can probably just refuse all. Obviously they have to find another way to live. But that's the way it goes. There is no being forced onto SSI. You are forced, if you're on SSI, to take your SS retirement at 62. And I think that's what the person might not have realized what was going on, but it could also just be confusion with those acronyms because, of course, they decided to make them all sound the same. Why not? You know, what's a little more confusion in the government? All right. Thanks, guys. Just wanted to clear that up. Bye.